What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're locked in and focused today. The market has been moving, but you are not chasing. You are analyzing calmly and logically. Today, we are doing another chart breakdown with my top-down analysis approach. No hype, no random arrows, just price action telling its story. Every week, every month, I break down what I'm seeing on the chart. I'll be showing my full analysis step by step, where I'm entering and where I'm staying out. Listen, guys, trading isn't about catching every move. It's about catching the right move and surviving in the long run. So sit back, grab your notes and focus. Let's go to the chart. So right in front of me is my trading chart, and I'll be showing you guys the pairs that I'm looking at the moment, and also the ones that I analyzed in my previous video. So I'll be starting with BTCUSD. You guys know that on our previous video, BTCUSD was one of the major pairs that I analyzed. I anticipated a long position on this pair. You can see that our analysis have actually played out as we anticipated. So I'm just going to run through the simple analysis and then show you guys the next pairs that I'm looking at for the coming weeks. So BTCUSD, the analysis is simple. You can see the first thing I identify whenever I analyze any chart or any pair is the trend. What are we doing? Are we going up or are we going down? So in this case, BTCUSD is bullish because we are making higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows. You can see this low is higher than this low. This high is higher than this high. So this is a higher high and also a monthly bullish engulfing candle. So I then scale to the weekly time frame to also know if the weekly time frame is trending in the same trend as of the monthly time frame. So in this case, the weekly and the monthly are saying bullish to the upside, and also the daily time frame, they are all moving to the upside. So you can see that we have 3 time frames that are in sync, moving to the upside. The monthly, weekly, and daily time frame are bullish. So I really look for buying opportunities. So now that I know that we are bullish, I then look for areas of support and resistance. I usually draw my areas of support and resistance on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I'm actually going to unhide my drawings so you can see my areas of support and resistance. So if I should remove this right here and remove this, so you can see my areas of support and resistance. Price tested this resistance zone in the past and now tested it again. You can see we consolidated around this zone, which is telling us that this is a very, very strong level of resistance. Now we've broken above it, testing this zone currently. This resistance zone, testing it currently, broke and retested it. So my strategy was very, very simple. Now that I have identified the trend, I have drawn my support and resistance. Then I now move to the lower time frame to find buying opportunities. Because the only thing I look forward to is buying, not selling. The market is bullish, so I only buy. Now that the market is bullish, I actually came to the lower time frame to know if I can spot a nice buying opportunity, and price was actually trading at this range when I opened the chart. So I drew my Fibonacci from swing low to swing high. And then I said to myself that I would be buying if price should come back to this support and bounce off of it, then I'll be buying to the upside. This is on my previous videos. If you want to know more in depth about it, you can watch it. So price has actually bounced off of this support right here, and when price approached this support right here, I actually drew my Fibonacci to check if it was correct. You can see swing low to swing high, swing low to swing high. I went over to the 4-hour time frame to draw my counter trend line. I actually drew it on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I drew my CTL this way, and then I said to myself that if price should break this counter trend line, then I will be buying to the upside. If price should break this counter trend line, then I'll execute my long position. And you can see how price actually broke out of the counter trend line. So when I went over to the 4-hour time frame, and then I waited for a 4-hour candle close, break and close above here. I entered the long position around here. Entered the long position around here. My stop loss came below the previous higher low. So this trade is actually a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. You can see I bought here, then take profit here, and price has actually done that. So yeah, this BTCUSD trade has actually played out, and as of now, you can see take profit is taking place around this zone around here, and I'm actually out of the trade. Trade has played out, and so as of now, I think BTCUSD is a waiting game. There are no current trade will take place at the moment. So the next pair I'm actually looking at is the USD card. For the coming weeks, I'm only looking at 3 pairs: USD card, 2 pairs, USD card and card CHF. USD card and card CHF are the only pairs I'm looking at So USD card is actually the next pair I'm looking at the moment, and the analysis is very simple and straightforward. So I came on the monthly time frame and I saw that we have this triple top. Actually, we've been bullish on this pair since from 2011 to 2016. USD card has been bullish, but we actually got into this massive range that has happened for over 10 years now. So inside of this massive range, I spotted a triple top. You can see that if I should draw this here, one, you can see two. So you can see that a triple top is actually forming, or has actually formed in the market. And what's the triple top? Is basically a reversal chart pattern to the downside, triple bottom to the upside. So this is a triple top that's actually formed at the market. So I identified this triple top on a monthly time frame, and the higher the time frame, the higher the possibility of it happening. So it happened on a monthly time frame, and I actually scaled to the weekly time frame to know if there are any supports and resistance I can draw. Remember, the first thing is to identify where the market is going, the trend of the market. Are we bullish, bearish, or are we ranging? But in this case, we seem to form a triple top, which is a reversal to the downside. So knowing that USD card will reverse to the downside, came to the weekly time frame and drew my support and my resistance. You can see this is my support right here, my support, and these are my resistance. And then in between these two major zones, I have a minor zone in between, which is this one that I've tested in the past and is currently testing price at the moment. So I have drawn my major zones and my minor zones. And now that I have identified a trend, I have spotted my support and my resistance, I then move over to the lower time frame to find trading opportunities. So on the daily time frame, which is where I come to find if there are any trading opportunities for me to take action of, I actually spotted a setup on a daily time frame, which is a break and a retest of this major trend line. You guys should remember that this major trend line has been holding price to the upside right from 2021. You can see we tested it here, tested it again on 2022, tested it again on 2023, tested it on 2024. Then on 2025, ideally we should test it to the upside, but price actually broke it this time. And once a major trend line is broken to either side is a reversal. So this major trend line that has actually been holding price for almost 5 years now has actually been broken. And once it is broken, it's a reversal to this. I mean, in this case, a reversal to the downside, and in an uptrend, in a downtrend, a reversal to the upside. So price has broken the major trend line. That is all I need to know, that we are reversing to the downside. Remember, the first thing I spotted was a triple top, which is a reversal chart pattern to the downside. Second thing now that I'm spotting is a break of a major trend line. A break of a major trend line. And this is a weekly trend line. You can see it here. We've actually broken it. This is the second reason why I'm actually favoring the downside. Now, on a daily time frame, we broke the trend line and now we are coming back to retest the outer part. So this is actually a breakout, retest, and continuation to the downside. This is a breakout, a retest, and a continuation to the downside to create lower lows and lower highs. So these two reasons, or these three reasons, has actually reversed USD card to the downside. So for the coming weeks, USD card is actually going to be bearish. And how am I going to get into the market? I simply came and drew this CTL. You can see, I actually drew them on the wicks right here. So my entry criteria is very simple. I'll be waiting for price to break here, just as we did on BTCUSD. We waited for price to break the counter trend line, and once price broke it, I bought. But in this case, I'll also do the same thing. So I'm waiting for price to break the CTL, 54-hour candle close, just like this, and I'll be selling this pair to the downside from somewhere around here. My stop loss will come here, and my take profits here. Now this will be my first take profit level, and then my second take profit, because I'm going to actually, once price gets to this point, I will then lock in some profit, put my stop loss to break even, and then hold it to other levels like this, to this level, to this level, and then trade it all the way to the downside. So this is how I'm going to be trading USD card. Once this trade, because currently this trade is not actually 100% ready. So once the trade is ready, I'll actually dropping videos to show you guys. I'll actually be dropping videos to update you guys on USD card at the moment. So USD card is actually something that I'm looking at the moment. And actually, if I draw my Fibonacci, from swing high to swing low. You can see that the Fibonacci also aligns. So Fibonacci is a simple concept that measures 50% of a trend. So at the moment, this is the 50% retracement of the trend. This is where the H1s, the banks, can actually wait for price to pull back in. You can see 50 and 61.8 level. They actually wait for price to pull back at these zones or at this level to then give them a nice entry level. So in this case, it's a nice selling level for them. So now price is actually testing it and also testing this trend line. So this is actually a breakout retest and then continuation to the downside. So we have broken out of major trend line by retesting it and also retesting Fibonacci. I'm actually going to wait for price to then break this counter trend line for me to then be fully confident on selling. So once we break this CTL, I will then sell the market to the downside. I'll be dropping videos on that to update you guys. So this is it for USD CAD. USD CAD is one of the pairs I'm looking at for the coming weeks, and also CAD CHF. So CAD CHF is very, very simple. I'll actually break it down in the fastest way possible. So USD CAD and CAD CHF, you can see that the overall trend is simple. We are bearish. We're coming all the way to the downside. You can see lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, lower lows on a monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame has told us everything that we are bearish, and we also have this monthly bearish engulfing candlestick. So just knowing this alone has told me everything I need to know that we are bearish. I then come over to the weekly time frame. Remember the analysis. The first thing I do is to identify the trend. The second thing I do is to plot my support and my resistance. My support and resistance has already been plotted. So you can see how they are. I plotted them. You can see resistance, tested in the past, tested here in the past. You can see this is a minor zone within the two major zones, tested it, and now we have currently broken the major support. It's actually held. Okay, currently breaking the major support at the moment. So now this major support is going to act as a resistance to now drive price to the downside. So I have drawn my weekly zones, and then I come over to the daily time frame to know if I can see if I can spot or find some buying or selling. I mean some selling opportunities, because we are bearish. So monthly time frame, we are bearish, making lower lows and lower highs. Weekly time frame, I then plot my zones, my support and my resistance. And then on the daily time frame, we have actually broken the major support. This is a major support. We've broken it. We've broken it to the downside. Then I'll be waiting for price to pull back to then sell, because price move in a series of lower lows and lower highs and higher highs and higher lows. So this is a lower low. I would wait for a lower high to pull back here, to then sell to the downside. So I'm actually a trend trader. This is how my strategy works. I wait for pullbacks into major zones, and I then in a bullish scenario, I wait for a pullback and I buy, and in a bearish scenario, I wait for a pullback to resistance and I sell. Bullish pullback into support, I buy. Bearish pullback into resistance, I sell. So in this case, I'll wait for a pullback into resistance, this major resistance, and then I'll sell to the downside. And one of my favorite tools, which is Fibonacci, you guys can see that it's actually working in this case too. So Fibonacci is actually playing also. So you can see A to B, C to D. So I'll wait for, this is now this is actually a confluence that is coming together. This is the reason why I'm actually executing the trade. So it's simple. The broken out of support, I'll wait for a pullback into the support now turned resistance. I'll wait for a pullback into it, and then as it's about to fall again, I'll get in. So the trade will look a bit like this. A pullback into here, and as it's about to fall again, this is where I'll be getting into the trade. My sell will be around here, stop loss will come around here, and then I'll sell it to the downside. So this is how my setup ideally looks like in this trade. So CAD CHF and USD CAD, these are the two pairs I'm looking at for the coming weeks. Yeah, and BTCUSD has actually played out. There is nothing to do here at the moment. We've profited from it, so there are actually no trades at the moment. BTCUSD has played out. USD CAD, I'll be waiting for a break here, and CAD CHF, I'll be waiting for a pullback, and then I'll sell. So these are actually the pairs I'm looking at for the next coming weeks. These are the pairs that I'll be currently trading, and I'll actually be dropping more videos to keep you guys updated on my YouTube channel. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. See you on my next video. Peace out. Alright guys, that's it for today's section. Hope you guys found value in the video. See you guys in the next episode. Peace out. Subscribe.